So, Wargaming just now added new vehicles to the Bond store. Vehicles like D54D and brand new addition to the Bond store is also the Tier 9 Toro, which so many of you guys hate, but I gotta say, I actually do like it. On the top of that, guys, there is the limited time offer. That actually allows you to save 5,000 bonds. This is actually quite a rare offer, I have to say. You basically pay for 2 bond equipment units and you get 1 on the top. But those are the bundles over here. For example, rammer, stabilizer, and hardening. So basically like a heavy tank combo right over here. Or the Bond Turbo, coated optics and ventilation. So something for light tanks, something for medium tanks, and something for a heavy tank as well. For example, in my opinion, the experimental Turbo Tier 3 is still the best turbo in the game. On most 97% of the tanks, let's say. And also you have a chance for 5,000 bonds to turn that into 2,500 experimental equipment components. Basically meaning you are trading 1 bond equipment into experimental equipment. You know, it takes you 2,400 to fully upgrade one level 1 up to level 3. And many people actually have asked already where exactly is those offers in the Bond store. They are not under the Bond store tab right here, not under the equipment, but those are actually under the best and special offers. If you scroll all the way down right here, yes, it loaded up once again. So here is the components offer. Here are the the equipment offers. Right here. So, this I would say, like, if you really need to set up a light tank or something, like, yeah, this is decent, but this is better, more usable on more places, let's say. Depends on the player as well, of course. But as I said, experimental turbo to me is better on most of the tanks, simply because of the hull rotation speed you can get and the extra gun handling as well on the top of that. And I made a in-depth comparison between different turbos, and the difference between Bond Turbo and experimental turbo level 3 was very, very minimal, like almost unnoticeable when it comes to the mobility. But, that much about this. So they also added new vehicles. Let's take a look at those. So first of all, we have the Toro, one of the loot box tanks a couple of years ago, the Holiday Ops box tank a couple of years ago, 4 shells in the mag, 360 alpha. This is the Italian auto reloading mechanic that allows you to save reload on the next shell. You get some compensation, let's say. And when it comes to the armor, this is not a super heavily armored tank. It's quite easily bendable, right? If you know how to use the side scraping and then bait out the shots, it can work. For me personally, this tank actually, I really liked to play with it, but many have struggled and many don't like it. So if you do enjoy the Italian heavies very much, this might be for you. But, it's a tricky one, not the easiest one to make work, for sure. I personally do like it. D54D is kind of a sleeper, honestly. This is very powerful, especially when it comes to the trollish armor, survivability, the shields. It has like heat shields and shell shields everywhere around the vehicle. It's quite a beastie when it comes to the armoring. The gun handling, of course, is going to suffer a bit, like the long ass aiming time over here. But 390 alpha, 268 standard pen, all that is pretty nice. Definitely a big limiting factor of this tank is the 5 degrees of gun depression. But this is honestly solid. Like, it is solid, quite a forgiving premium tank in the game. So more for, let's say, if you are average player, below that, casual, this actually might be something for you. Lansen C, definitely can recommend as well. Nice gun, 320 alpha. Not, the most armored tank, but it can slap damage. It's more for a damage dealing. Like if you're comfortable in a lightly armored medium tanks, slapping out some damage, then Lansen C can do that. AMX 1357 is this is a fun tank. Like, you don't buy this tank to make credits. You don't buy this tank for anything other than just having fun. It has the very troll and powerful what was that, HL magazine, if I remember correctly, and very fast reload between shots. Reload, yeah, HL magazine and 1 second reload. So you can just like stink them down with their low alpha and very low penetration as well. This is where this tank is gonna lose most of its credits because you pretty much have to carry some premium rounds. Playing this tank stock, I have remarked this vehicle with only standard ammunition. This was a challenge on stream, and like, I ran out of ammunition so many times and basically pretty much bouncing half my shots from the entire ammunition capacity. But as far as the fun of this vehicle goes, it's very, very fun. Cromwell B, the same case over here, very good for a tier 6, versatile, all-arounder, can deal damage, can do spotting, good mobility, can just, scoot around the battlefield and surprise enemies from different angles. A very good mid-tier vehicle right here. Cromwell B. SU-85I is basically a collector's tank. Like, I wouldn't spend bonds. Like, if you are talking about making credits, definitely I wouldn't spend bonds, and that is more like a collector's vehicle. Yeah, it is 2,000 bonds. Yeah, not the most expensive one, but depends where you are with the bonds. And this is for 5k, and this is for 6k. So overall, Bond Store tanks, if we talk about them, I would say still the best ones are the Tiger Mouse. Which ones do I have? Let's see. The best ones, Tiger Mouse for sure. Is up tier SU-130 PM, CS52 list. Like those three out of the vehicles which I own, very, very good premium tanks for bonds and good credit makers. On the top of that, D54D can be the newest choice for you. Then scrolling down, where is the 122 DM? This one. I honestly think this tank is one of the sleeper ones. So I'm on my second account at the moment. On my main account, I have all of them available. I have played with all of those vehicles quite a bit. But yeah, the 122 TM, in my humble opinion, is a big sleeper as well. Yes, it is. It has very, very low DPM, but if you play this tank correctly, you will find out how much DPM many times does not matter. DPM is not everything in this game. It has a good gun, accurate gun, high penetration, good armor for a medium tank as well. Definitely recommended 122 TM. Honestly, the WZ114, like, it's, if it wouldn't be 11k, maybe would consider as well. So those would be my top picks at the moment. Definitely some honorable mentions is the Patriot, right, over here. Then D103, the M4 Yo tank. If I'm looking to make credits, yeah, Defender is very forgiving, right? This is very forgiving. It can slap for the alpha, but the gun handling is just something that really keeps me away from this vehicle. Like, really keeps me away from it. And all the lower tier tanks, you have IS-2S, you have IS-2 over here, ISU-122S. You can see, yes, you can get them cheaper. But if your main goal is to buy those Bond premium tanks over here, or those premium tanks for bonds over here, making credits, then I would rather wait and save up extra 2,000 bonds and pick up a tier 8. As far as the credit making goes, I like IS-2S compared to 122 TM, you have to pay only 2k more. This is not even a question. Not even a, a question. Save up and get the tier 8, you are going to make so much more credits. Also, honorable mention can be the Lorraine as well, but this is a way higher skill cap tank. If you know how to play it, you can make it work. Same goes to Somu SM and AMXM 449. Overall, actually, after all the years, they have updated the Bond Store. Now looking at the Bond Store, there are some real gems, like Char MLE 75, for example. This is definitely a top tank as well, but it is very hard, if not the hardest light tank to make work. I love playing with it, but your skill level has to be very high, especially with light tanks as well, to make Char MLE 75 work. If you know how to make it work, this is very fun, extremely fun, and deadly light tank as well. So there goes that. But yeah, look for tier 8s, look for the vehicles. What I recommended over here, like all the lower tier ones, pretty much for the memes, for the collection. Or if you really love the tier 7 ones, the ISU 122S has one of the highest DPMs in the game, actually, if you didn't know that, right? And yeah, the buffed Panzer Mutz over here. So yeah, some actually, like looking at it, very, very solid tanks. And I would much rather spend bonds on the premium tanks than the tier 10 reward vehicles overall. Out of the tier 10 reward vehicles, there is not too many tanks that completely shine over here. So hopefully, ladies and gentlemen, this is helpful. This was helpful to you, this package as well. This is actually solid. I might consider picking it up as well. Rammer and stabilizer get used all the bloody time, and the hardening on the top of that. So yeah, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next time with something else. Stay awesome, stay beautiful, take care, and bye.